Meghan Markle has come under fire for attending the Balenciaga fashion show after the brand sustained enormous reputational damage.
Paris glittered, then gasped. Balenciaga's show opened like a film premiere. Sleek lines, cool lighting, a runway buzzing with power. Into that charge walked Meghan Markle, poised, polished, primed for a European comeback. Cameras tracked every step. Her look said control. Her smile said certainty. This was the moment the narrative was supposed to flip. A Duchess turned fashion force, reclaiming oxygen in a room that had learned to ignore her. But live broadcasts are brutal. They don't wait for rewrites. Viewers noticed it first. A flicker in her eyes, the half second where glamour gives way to gravity. The jaw set, the breath caught, hands trembled just once. Then the expression changed, and the internet did what it does. It zoomed in. The crowd saw a woman fighting to steady herself under lights that never blink. The feed saw the same fight in 4K and slow motion. What began as a coronation started to feel like a cross-examination. And Paris, unforgiving as ever, leaned closer. Because on runways, grace is currency and doubt is debt. The bill was coming due, live. The city of lights had turned into the city of truth. And truth, once filmed, never fades. The bigger question, why did it crack here? This wasn't a casual appearance. It was a plan. Precise timing, careful messaging, the right brand at the right venue. After mixed reviews, stateside installed projects, Paris was the reset button. Team Markle positioned it as a European renaissance. Elegant, global, unbothered. The visual language said it all. Sleek hair, liquid fabric, a silhouette built for photo editors and Vogue mood boards. Even the walk-in was choreographed for redemption. She wasn't just attending, she was auditioning for a new chapter. But momentum relies on reception, and reception relies on status. A-list seating signals rank before a single note of music plays. When the camera panned and she wasn't beside the creative director or Hollywood titans, the room adjusted its read. Whispers rose. The hierarchy spoke. Strategy can command attention. It cannot command deference. Still, she pushed through. Angles held, posture perfect, smile fixed. The goal: control the first picture and survive the first hour. Most comebacks die in the first hour. This one was slipping by minute 10, because strategy can carry a narrative only until a moment interrupts it. And that moment was loading on the giant screens overhead. The show was about to talk back. On television, cracks are tiny. In person, they thunder. Witnesses say she checked her phone, adjusted her sleeve, laughed a fraction late at the jokes. A stylist critique, heavy for the theme, floated 2 rows back. Another voice. Not front row? Subtext louder than sound. Visibility is power in fashion. Placement is verdict. By now, the smiles looked brittle. The eyes tracked cameras, then away from cameras. Performers know the feeling. When an audience stops being warm and starts taking notes, the body hears it. Shoulders tighten. Breathing shortens. The crown doesn't fall. It shifts. She tried to stand her ground with posture and poise, but the room had new gravity. Every flashbulb hit like a question. Every lens felt like a dare. In the control room, producers lined up shots. In the crowd, phones rose together like a tide. The tiny things, the barely there tells, became the story. On a runway, the difference between aura and vulnerability is half a heartbeat. You can't bluff it. Not live. Not here. And what no one saw, yet, was the montage cue sliding into place. The past was about to walk on stage and ask for a dance. The room was about to get colder. The screen lit up with Balenciaga's tribute to disruptors. Archival grit, rebel icons, the poetry of defiance. Then, there they were. Meghan and Harry leaving Buckingham Palace 2020. Cut to a headline, Duchess divides opinion. Cut again, the Oprah still that launched 1,000 debates. Gasps, a few laughs. Phones up like periscopes. Was it a nod to cultural friction or an unkind wink? The brand called it symbolism. The crowd smelled drama. Meghan's face told the rest. Smile gone, eyes locked. A whisper to her handler. A turn away from the camera she could not outrun. And there it was. The microscopic moment when composure becomes emotion. It took 30 seconds to travel the planet. TikTok sliced it. Twitter captioned it. YouTube looped it with cinematic strings. Sympathy battled sarcasm in the comments. And algorithms chewed on both. That's the physics of modern scandal. One image, infinite edits. Her team knew it instantly. You can't outspin a clip that looks like truth. You can only survive it. But survival requires a second act. And a second act requires the strength to stand. Backstage, strength was breaking. The runway was about to become an exit. Behind the curtain, noise turns into heat. Staff move faster. Security closes ranks. Witnesses say she took a suite, locked the door, and let the pressure speak. 20 minutes. Muffled sobs. A phone call that sounded like strategy and apology and anger, all at once. The word rights floated down the corridor. Image rights, broadcast rights. The old battle over who owns a face once it's public. Cruel irony. A night meant to reclaim control had turned into a lesson in who controls everything else. She asked to leave, they say. Of course she did. Some rooms hide you. Runways don't. And in those moments, it wasn't a Duchess and a brand. It was a person in a storm. Mascara is not built for storms. When she emerged, the mask was gone. Head down, pace quick, a phone gripped like a lifeline. Cameras found her anyway. They always do. That exit, brief, human, indelible, became the enduring visual. And visuals write history faster than statements. The question inside the suite was simple. Can this be contained? The answer outside the suite was simpler. It already isn't. Because another machine had started humming. The internet, hungry and wide awake. Online compassion trends. So does cruelty. The clip hit critical mass in under an hour. Vulnerability, some wrote. Karma, others replied. Headlines sharpened. Tears in Paris. Runway meltdown. Balenciaga backlash. Reaction videos stacked by the minute. Freeze frames, red circles, whispered analysis over royalty-free piano. Her PR line arrived on schedule. Moved by a tribute to women under scrutiny. It read clean. It landed flat. You can't declare sincerity. The audience has to feel it. Meanwhile, creators in the venue posted smirks with captions. She's crying again. Brutal, effective, viral. The ratio tilted. Sympathy drowned in spectacle. And yet, something else was moving beneath the noise. A human ache that never fully vanishes, even when the comments get vicious. Viewers recognized it, then looked away, then shared anyway. That's the cycle. The platforms reward what hurts to watch. And once a moment becomes a meme, it quits belonging to its subject. It belongs to the feed. To fix that, you need leverage. Leverage requires allies. In fashion, allies read heat maps before they return calls. And those maps were cooling fast, which is why the next phase felt colder still. Silence from the people who mattered most. In the end, Paris was less about fashion than physics. The force of image meeting the weight of narrative, live. For years, Meghan curated armor, language, lighting, timing, tone. It worked until it didn't. Because the public square isn't a studio, and runways don't cut around emotion. The tears were not strategy. They were the receipt. For pressure, for fatigue, for the stubborn fact that reinvention requires permission, from an audience that can be generous 1 hour and unforgiving the next. Viewers saw two things at once, a symbol slipping and a person showing. Those truths can coexist. They often do. The lesson is brutal and simple. Control is rented, never owned. You pay in grace and you pay on time. Paris charged full price. Still, every crisis contains a hinge. If she learns from the break, resets the tempo, and stops chasing rooms that vote by seating chart, there's a path back. Not to invincibility, to credibility. And credibility outlasts gloss. But first, she has to own the moment that owned her. Because this story isn't finished yet. The question is whether she writes the next chapter, before someone else does.